Hey y'all, I'm back, honey. I'm back for us to talk more about Real Housewives of Atlanta. If you're new to the channel, hey, bitch. Make sure you're coming into the video, you're liking, commenting, subscribing, and also sharing the video. Now, I have to say this before we get into some Housewives. Last week, when everything was going down, as far as us learning about the reunion, the seating chart, honey, as well as Kenya Moore giving her thoughts about not being at the reunion, and also Brit Eady filing a $20 million lawsuit against Bravo. I have to say, I thought the damn season was over. I forgot about Sunday night episode. On top of me watching Love Island USA every night, girl, I slick forgot about it. Just a little piece, okay? Until I saw a few clips, popping up on social media. Because the actions and everything that happened, I feel like we learn even more about a season after it's over for some reason. And I was like, dang, I wasn't even expecting it. But we are still going to get into a few things. But I was just wondering if anybody else may have felt how I was feeling about it. Okay. Anywho, I have two clips that I want us to check out from last night's episode. And if you are a part of my Patreon, $5 tier and up, we will be getting into Real Housewives shortly. Today we will be talking about that. So yeah, but let us go ahead and check out a few things over here.
I mean, how beautiful is this, ladies? This is like a real reset.
Yeah, and even for me, it's like I feel like I've had the most friction with Drew and Angela, and this trip so far has just been refreshing.
I feel like Brit and I are on the mend. Brit, you're a whore.
Maybe you should be a whore in the bedroom so you can keep your man.
I have no need to call her a whore again, so I'm okay with Brit.
Of course, I'm getting the opportunity to room with Brit. She seems extremely sweet. But I thought it was weird she brought up that stuff with Apollo.
That was so weird.
I'm not sure how Apollo got into the conversation. I wasn't invited to the party. I wasn't there, so I have no issues. I don't think Brit was actually coming for me. It was just weird.
Apollo wasn't there. So what?
Now, when Phaedra says, I didn't think Brit was coming for me, I'm like, that's funny, because if the roles were reversed and it was Kenya and Brit in the situation, Brit would have sworn that, Kenya was coming for her. But aside from that, my thing is, I don't think it should have been brought up if Apollo did not show up. If he didn't show up, who else would have known that he was really invited? For real, unless you told people and you didn't want them to try and flip the situation on you and have it as a Phaedra versus Brit, because you already beefed out with one cast member, a oldie, and you don't want to have to deal with that with a new person, then maybe, but it may not have been necessary if Apollo and his wife actually did not show up. It's like, who cares, right?
Is the point in bringing
it up. I don't get nothing about that boy.
For some reason, I don't think she feels heard. And she also says she does not feel supported.
I wanted to bring everybody together for support because I haven't always felt the support.
You don't invite us up?
How do you not feel the support when people showed up to a damn brunch for you to support you? And what do you mean you don't feel supported when you came for Angela and Angela gave you that work back? You know what I'm saying? You tried to say something about, what about that baby though, or whatever you and Kelly was over there echoing, and she clocked you about the miles on your mouth. Like, how are you not feeling supported? I feel like they've been doing okay with you. Like, they talked to you down to the Tennessee when y'all was at the table doing the whiskey tasting. You expressed to them how you felt. I think Angela apologized. Drew may not have, but you've been okay with everybody for the most part. You've been cool with Portia. I haven't seen much of an issue with Shamea for real. Kelly is your best friend. Who else you got? Cynthia clearly is taking your side more than her own best friend, Kenya. So that's about 4 people right there. Drew is the one that's been a little shaky on you, and Angela been okay with you until you tried to throw some shade her way and she gave that shit back. So most of the cast has been on your side. I don't know what it is that you were seeking or hoping. Like, what is that? I don't know. I don't know what Brit's talking about. Because I feel like mostly the people are supporting her. Shamea showed up to support you. Kelly threw the brunch. Like, if anybody hasn't been really rocking with you, I would say could possibly be Drew. Because you and Angela squashed y'all stuff. So what the hell? What is Brit talking about?
Well, I've never been invited over by you to anywhere either.
That's tit for tat, Brit. Let me think. I just supported Brit through my mind. She just whining for no reason.
I feel like that too, because I have to say, Portia actually went out to eat with you, sat with you, chatted with you, checked in on you after everything went down with the Kenya situation or whatever it was. Y'all went and y'all had dinner. Shamea invited you over to her house. That's after the event, and that's when you was sitting over there like, don't nobody play with my husband because I've been a da 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 da. After you just said that you had that fire on you. And you apologize and you don't want nobody to get that type of impression of you, but then you turn around and talk about what you would do. Like, girl, what is she talking about?
Nobody supports me. Nobody knows you yet. Like, get to know us. You never made that.
Portia not wrong. Like, nobody knows you yet. And then that's the other part, like with her filing this lawsuit and stuff like that. I just feel like, one, we don't know you, and sometimes it may take more than one season for people to like really be into you like that. Sometimes the first season hits for some people, and sometimes it doesn't. That's why you need shows to be on more than one season for people to gravitate to it. Okay, and then I mean, you need some characters to be on the show more than once for us to gravitate to them. So I don't think Portia's wrong when she says that at all.
Point to take anything to the next level to get to know anyone else.
You got to be making an effort to reach out to people.
I mean, how beautiful is this, ladies? This is like a real reset.
Yeah, and even for me, it's like I feel like I've had the most friction.
Okay, so we got into that. That's Brit feeling away. She feels like she's gotten into the most friction with Angela and Drew, but then you turn around and say that you don't feel supported by the group when Kelly, I just feel like a lot of the ladies have been supporting Brit, you know, and that's just what that is. I don't know how much more support did she need, because when I also hear support, in my head, what I'm thinking about is a situation that happened with Kenya where she was exposed for whatever she was exposed for. And I mean, I feel like the ladies supported you following up with that. How much longer do you want them to support you after a month? The person that you may have had an issue with is no longer here. What other support do you want? Do you want more support and wanted people to start paying for lunch and dinner and stuff for other people? Like, what did you want them to do? I feel like Brit creates problems, in my opinion, and wants other folks to step in and fix those problems for her. So what do you want, my love? I would love to see how this Bravo situation is going to turn out with Brit and Bravo, her suing them for $20 million for defamation. What was it? Intentional infliction of emotional distress and SH. Now she may win some stuff. I don't know. I really don't care. Honestly, as far as whether she wins or not. If she wins, congrats to her. I feel like that's what Bravo gets. Y'all fired Kenya to keep this woman, and then now it backfired on you. Shrug shoulders. But then at the same time, if she doesn't get anything, it's like, oops, oh well. You know, at the same time, because I just want to see how this is going to play out, you know, especially when you think about contracts, what was signed in contracts, what was not signed in contracts. You know, when you step onto the scene of reality television, there are some things that you have to accept that comes along with the territory, right? However, like, you know, like, I don't know, like with the defamation, it's like, did they really defame? Like, I don't know. Because although it may be something that's common for us to see, where a person may say certain things, like people, I feel like y'all defaming Drew character by pretty much saying she's a slut out here hunching on all these folks. But you know, that may be something that we see a lot, and we may feel like it's not that big of a deal, but it may actually teeter the lines of defamation, possibly. The SH type of stuff, I don't know if it's SH or sexual harassment, if the image was not her. I'm not sure, right? If you're saying the image was not you in the photo, then how was that sexual harassment if all she said was that you were an escort? Now, when she says that she was an escort, if you do not have means, or Bravo doesn't have means to confirm that that is true, then maybe that could be defamation, right? And damaging to her character. But I'm interested, you know, when you say defamation, how was your character actually damaged? Because as far as your license that you tried to say that you didn't, that, you know, whatever Kenya did was affecting your license, people are pulling up information that your license was already, you know, in jeopardy well before you even came onto the show. So it's just going to be interesting. That's why I want to see how is this going to play out. But you know, when Bravo have cases like this, it takes years to get it resolved, right? And sometimes it may be resolved and there's no money given. It might be a settlement. The settlement might be, we're not giving you This is what you signed up for. We'll give you another opportunity to come onto the show and change your image or whatever the case is. We may put you on something else. I don't see Brit ever returning to NBC Universal Universe. I don't, but you just never know what will happen. But I mean, the case could just be a drag. The case could just go on for years and nothing come of it. And, I don't know. She may just do away with the lawsuit at some point. She might get a little piece of something, and the little piece she get, my question is, with how long this lawsuit is likely going to last, how much of it is going to go to the attorneys? As far as you thinking you're going to get 20 million, that I don't believe she'll get. I don't think she'll get anything more than $1 million, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. I don't see her getting more than that. Maybe 500,000, if that. But again, based on how long this case is going to be dragging out, how much of a percentage are you going to be losing because the attorneys are going to take a bulk of it? That's what I'm wondering. But y'all can leave y'all thoughts below. We're going to get into another episode. Well, not another episode, but another part of the episode. All right, so let us check out. Let's see which one. Let's get into this one here.
Hey, babe.
You have to call the agency and try and find someone else. We cannot keep that lady around anymore. Just throwing the baby like that. It's not.
What?
Don't cover them up, and then it's the immune system becomes compromised.
No, that's not good. Shiloh was in this freezing ass room with no pajamas on, no swaddling, just nothing. Does she have a fever now?
Yeah, we give her Tylenol.
Okay.
Just freezing her is really bad because her immune system goes to the ceiling.
Yeah, that's not good. She has craniosynostosis, colonotresia, colonostenosis. She has a hole in her heart. She has buildup fluid on her kidneys. If she gets sick and she has a prolonged bronchitis or prolonged cough or prolonged coldness, then we got a bigger issue.
If she doesn't feel better by tomorrow, I'll take her to the doctor tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm so frustrated.
So anyway.
All right, well, I'll call you in a little bit.
All right.
Bye.
Okay.
Hey, babe.
Wait.
You have to call the agency and try and find someone else. We cannot keep that lady around anymore. Just
Boom. You gotta find an agency to find somebody else. Y'all can't keep that lady around anymore. So it seems like this person may have been assisting them with their child. I don't know if she's like in home or their daughter had to go to her or something like that. But yeah, I would have had to cuss her stuff out. Okay. I would have had to go off on her about my motherfucking child. Okay. I need you to have as much of an understanding about his or her conditions as I do, bitch. Okay. And I feel like when you get somebody's child, you're supposed to treat their child as equally or better than they do. Just a little bit. Okay. And to have that baby sitting up there freezing in some cold. Oh yeah, I would have had to cuss her the fuck. I would have had to wear her out. For sure. But I'm gonna have to watch the episode to get more details surrounding Shiloh's situation, So I really hate that she, is having to deal with that. I really do. And I'm thinking about more social media. I hate that you have to deal with that. And then little mama, because she's just so small. And she has all of these situations going on with her, and she don't know what's happening. She don't know what's really going on with her. And yeah. And her dad calling, Shamea, the husband, calling her saying, "Hey, baby, we need to find another agency because it ain't no we may need to. We're going to be finding a new agency because this got me fucked up when it comes to our kid. Like, yeah, I just called to let you know that we getting a new person. Yeah, I went ahead and fired that bitch. Okay, that's what it's giving for me. I need you to be just that much on top of it. Okay, get this whole. We may have to call the agency. Like, nah, I've already called the agency. I know that's motherfucking right, baby. Got pack that up out of here. Period. Anywho, but we'll get into the episode a bit more later. But now I want us to check out some of what Shamea had to say. I'm not gonna get into all of what she said over here on Big Tigger, but we're gonna check out some stuff of what she said.
There is. What is the biggest misconception about you publicly? And why is it a misconception?
I think that, Drew has coined this whole lapdog thing, and I think it's so...
No, ma'am. Drew has not coined anything. Okay, lapdog was being coined before you and Drew got into it. Okay, I feel like Drew picked up what people were already saying on social media and just pretty much put that in your face. All right, so, Oh, okay. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm like, huh? I'm about to talk to her. I don't know what my mama talking about. Anywho, I feel like not Shamea, but Drew pretty much just got what everybody else was saying and just put that in your face. Like, here you go, girl, so you can see yourself in this mirror.
Tacky, because at the end of the day, you know, I'm just a loyal friend. So if me being a loyal companion is me being a lapdog, then you know, that's pretty unfortunate, because I would strive for anybody to be a loyal friend to me. I mean, that's kind of what we need in our big age. You know, friends don't come that, you know, they're few and far in between. So you want to hold on to the good ones. And I just think that, you know, people think that my loyalty to P is me, like, maybe being afraid of her, or being in her shadow, or not really being worthy of a peach, should just be a friend because she's so up Portia's ass or whatever it is. I don't think that that's I don't think that that's what that is. I think what that is me being a ride or die. And I'm like that to the people that are on camera and off camera. Like, if you come to my party, if you come to my home, I'm feeding all my guests. You know, everybody's going to get fed. I'm not just going to do the people that are on TV. You know what I mean? I'm a loyal person like that. I'm not just going to gift you and you're going to get a gift too. I'm not going to just get, yeah, exactly. Like, I'm not going to just
When the next party? Sorry.
Yeah, I'm not going to, you know, and I just think that people move a certain way for TV, and that's the unfortunate thing, because then there is no authenticity. You're not a real person. You're not being true.
Exactly.
Because if my day ones, if you there, and you there, and I've known you, and if anything, I'm going to give y'all the food first. Like, because even when the lights and the cameras are off, you're going to be with me. Y'all going to ride with me. You know what I mean? Y'all been riding for me. And so that's the thing. I just, if I take my biggest takeaway from this is just being true to yourself, and don't, you know, they call it lapdog. I call it loyalty. And a lot of these ladies could learn that lesson and be more like a lapdog, I would say.
That's a lie, but we're going to get into it. So my thing is this, though. It's not just about you being loyal, lapdog-ish, whatever the case is, because, you know, whatever her excuses were in her head, whatever her thoughts were. My thing is this. You like to take situations as though they are yours. It's one thing to have your friends back and to ride for your friend, but it's another thing to interject yourself into somebody else's situation as if that person did something to you. Your friend is grown enough. She's made big girl decisions. She can handle Drew. That is her issue. The rumors about Drew and Dennis being together came from you, from what you heard. You put that pretty much out there. Then you are y'all dating? Are y'all this or that? Are y'all, like, you gave more extraness to it, in my opinion, than Portia. And that's where the problem is for me. Then you brought Ralph out on a quote unquote sit down dinner date and invited Portia as well. Like, these are antics to me that is not loyal, right? That is lapdog-ish to me. Okay, you started that narrative. You kept pushing that type of rhetoric or whatever the case is, and then you turn around and you got her sitting over here with Ralph, and like, you got your hands all in this, and it's giving lapdog when this ain't even your fight for you to fight. You know what I'm saying? That's for Portia to do. And to me, that's not loyalty. To me, loyalty would be, yeah, I know that my friend married that lady's husband, started dating that lady's husband before they were officially divorced, whatever the case is, yada, yada, yada. But that's my friend. And, you know, I'm going to stick beside her. To me, that's loyalty. I don't have to like her actions. That's your friend. You want to support her, girl, you're going to do what you do. Be loyal over there. But in my opinion, when you start to, you know, push this out, she's I heard that she was messing with Dennis, and Drew like, where you get that? Like, where that came from? Right? Because it sounds to me that Portia heard it from you. And child, the way this season went, I wouldn't be surprised if it was something that was just made up. I don't know. Okay? And I'm sure it's other things. Those are the first two things that came to my mind. But I'm sure there's other things that she has done that would not necessarily be considered loyalty to me, but very much so lapdog. And I need, you know, I need it to not be trying to equate the two as the same, lapdog and loyalty. No, you could be loyal to a person and not trying to step in front of their bullet and doing all that extra stuff for a situation they created on their own. That's on them. Like, anyway, girl, let's keep going because there's more that was said.
Hey,
But
man.
they are mad at what y'all was talking about that day. Y'all got me in trouble.
How I got you in trouble?
trouble.
Y'all got me.
First of all, you worked in radio, so you already know how this goes.
That lady was so mad at me.
Why?
Not that lady.
Wait, because you was there. You heard why the lady was
Not
mad.
that lady.
Oh, you're talking about Drew. But I mean, we were just talking about in conversation. You were just telling your truth.
Well, you know what? Good luck to her. She's got a great album, you know?
But
yeah, can we just take a moment and clap for Drew for her album?
Yeah. I like
We're
it.
celebratory.
There you go.
But during the show, we see that y'all like make up, like y'all not really beefing. But then, what, girl, what's going on?
Or is that the truth?
Happening?
That's the
'Cause we
thing.
see y'all
It's so weird.
talking,
'Cause I'm even confused because then we're good, and then it's like she'll go and she'll do her little jabs or call me a lapdog. I'm like, girl, we can't be cool if you're calling me a lapdog. So of course you're gonna take your digs and I'm gonna take mine. That's just how it works.
Hey, man.
But they are mad at what y'all was talking about that day. Y'all got me in trouble.
How I got you in trouble?
So that is what Shamea had to say about Drew. And so Drew decided to hop onto social media to make sure that she checks them accordingly, okay? And says, now you better put some respect on Drew Sidora's name. The right people know who I am. And that's all that matters. Okay? So she had to go ahead and clock in just a little bit. All right. And yeah, a lot of people knew who Drew was before she came onto this show. So I don't understand. It is giving obsessed with Drew. I'm sorry, y'all. Girl, that's crazy. That's crazy. And now and that for me is why it's giving lapdog. Okay? Because your issue wasn't even with Drew. You and Drew wasn't even having no issue. Y'all wasn't even beefing or none of that. But you put yourself in front of Portia trying to adopt and take on whatever issue she got. And here we are. Like, girl, Portia a big girl. Like, I can't. But anywho, let us slide over here and see what Drew is talking about over here on Watch What Happens Live, because it seems like Ralph may have him a girlfriend, y'all.
Are you dating?
I'm going on dates, but I feel like not a boyfriend yet.
Okay.
Trust me, I will let you know. If I have a boyfriend, I'll be so happy to let y'all in on that, because I will be, that's a new chapter.
Could it be a girlfriend that you?
Wait a minute, what? Oh, you're so messy. No, that was never.
Okay.
I mean,
all right.
Like I said, I have friends.
The streets talk.
The streets talk a lot of stuff, right?
Yeah,
Is it true or is it not?
I don't know.
Because maybe Ralph and Portia got something going on.
Oh.
They went to dinner. I mean, you see how it happens? You never know in Atlanta. It's kind of
Ralph
wild
single?
there. Ralph is dating. He posted his new girlfriend on his story.
Okay.
Check it out. Yeah, it's happening.
And how does
That's crazy. New girlfriend might want to be on alert, because this was the same man just last week posting a video of him and his soon-to-be ex-wife in the kitchen as he's feeding her steak. Yikes. That's crazy.
How does that make you feel when you see that?
I'm like, how does it work, when your ex gets a new wife or
right.
a girlfriend? I have not met her.
Well, they got a lot of Instagram followers, and you need to remember. And you need to remember, Drew, it's because of you.
Oh, well.
Right. Everything gonna be blamed on you.
She knows.
I mean, it's an adjustment, obviously. But I mean, that was the thing in the marriage. I've dealt with it pretty much our whole marriage, is just him always having women. There was always women involved. So I'm kind of used to that part.
Child. That's a mess. That's a mess, child. But let's get into a little bit more.
Reaction to Phaedra saying that you give off an interesting vibe.
It was interesting, right? Because, I mean, let's face it, I met Phaedra really at the end of the season.
Right,
so we haven't had any issue, no falling out. But she did say she's friends with Ralph.
Right.
Did you catch it?
Right.
Did you clock it?
Right.
Okay, so now we have an issue.
Okay.
I mean,
Right. Because Phaedra, you giving lapdog too just a little bit. Okay? And I know you will be glad to be on some earth. Yes, I know that you would. But you are giving a little bit of that because you made sure to mention how, I'm familiar with Ralph, though. Not you knowing Ralph before you know Drew, but Drew's been in entertainment before we even knew that she was damn married and knew who the hell Ralph was. Okay, but that's crazy. I think she said they got the same manager or something like that, but maybe, I guess. But aside from that, I felt like you was throwing a little shade at a little piece of everybody that you thought may have an issue with Portia. But let's keep going.
Talk to Ralph about the nature of their friendship.
Well, I do know their mutual friend. You know,
Okay.
Ralph has a manager now because he's
Yes.
like a celebrity. So they are.
I'm
so I do know
hollering.
the mutual friend.
Okay.
Does he represent John Jansen?
He has a manager now because he's a celebrity.
Sorry.
There must be some manager that represents husbands and
All of
housewives.
them, right?
Yeah,
We
yeah.
got to cross-reference because I'm like, listen,
Yes.
what is going on?
Did Ralph's book ever come out?
Did it?
Oh.
Along with the podcast that him and Shamea were meeting about, Kings
Oh,
and
right.
Queens. Have you guys? I haven't seen it on Spotify. Or
Oh,
anything.
right.
So I mean, it's just doing
You
a lot of
better
nothing.
eat, Drew. Yes, get him together. He's gonna be dropping a podcast today or tomorrow, I'm sure, just so he can have something in response and maintain his relevancy off the back of his kid's mom. Okay, so that's that on that. I don't really got no more at this time. I'm gonna leave you guys to have the conversation, everything down below. Of course, I am Jami. That's me. Make sure you're liking, commenting, subscribing, and also sharing the video. Okay, you can catch me on Instagram, Twitter, Blue Sky, all of that at Jami. That's me, and I will catch you guys in the next one, honey. Bye bye.
Tell him I preach to the choir. Stand with my feet to the fire. Give all the glory to God. Stand in the midst of these haters, I'm silent, nobody can stop me. Just gotta check in my notification, them numbers hit like it's a proxy. Cashed out at the ATM, and the ATL, they done made a gym. I've been kicking doors like the ATF, got them trying to clone me like Agent Smith. Game time, I invaded gym, high elevated, I could face the rim.